What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for Life, coming at you again on YouTube, and today I am wrestling with myself. Monday was a very emotional day for all of us. The wrestling world was rocked Monday when Daniel Bryan, aka Bryan Danielson, officially announced on Twitter that he was retiring. He has all kind of brain issues from various concussions and neck injuries and things like that, and he was forced to retire. He, of course, came out Monday on Raw and gave his farewell speech, which ran well into 11:30, but it was well-deserved. I was very emotional, teared up several times. You guys know that I've been a wrestling fan since I was probably 5 or 6 years old. I'm a die-hard hardcore fan. I love the indies as well. I watch, all the indies. And I started watching the indies around when Daniel Bryan started, in 2001, 2002. I watched him, in the ECWA Super 8 and doing all the Super Juniors tournaments and stuff, and watched him in Noah. I watched him in New Japan. I watched him in Ring of Honor and PWG and FIP and Evolve and IWA Mid-South. And so I've been following Bryan for a long time. He was one of the rare cases where he went from being the king of the indies. He kind of helped found ROH in the early days. He was Mr. Ring of Honor. And then he went on to be the king of the indies overall. And then he came to WWE, and now he was the first guy to kind of break through and become, the indie guy that really made it. I mean, Daniel Bryan has done so much. Not only being a Ring of Honor world champion and pure wrestling champion and PWG champion, but to go on to become WWE, Money in the Bank winner, and he was Intercontinental champion and a United States champion and a tag team champion with Kane and World Heavyweight champion, WWE champion. He's done everything there is to do, and he was kind of the first guy of his size to do it. Daniel Bryan not only was accomplishing what he accomplished, being a guy as small as he is, he opened doors for guys that were that small to get signed by major companies. But also, he was the first guy that sort of, along with the audience, he made the crowd the crowd was so connected with Daniel Bryan that they hijacked the shows. They changed the booking. He was supposed to be, 2 years ago at the Royal Rumble, he was supposed to wind up in a feud with Sheamus on a match that was 7th from the card at that year's WrestleMania. And I think it was, 28 or no, I'm sorry, for 30, WrestleMania 30. He wound up, because the fans hijacked the show so much and cheered for him so much, he wound up being slotted into main event WrestleMania. He beat Triple H and then went on to beat Randy Orton and Batista in the same night to win the world title in the main event of WrestleMania 30. I mean, so he kind of opened the door for indie guys now to get signed. The reason why you see so many guys getting signed now, like Nakamura and AJ Styles and Austin Aries and Rich Swann and Biff Busick and all these guys getting signed now, and so many guys in NXT doing so well, guys like Joe and Sami Zayn and Hideo Itami and Finn Balor, is because of guys like CM Punk and even more so because of guys like Daniel Bryan. So for Bryan to go and do all the things he did, and not only as a technical wizard and being one of the best wrestlers, if not the best wrestler technically in the ring in the history of the business, but also to be entertaining as hell, to connect with the fans and be the ultimate underdog story that captivated the hearts of mainstream audiences, where the baseball fans were doing the yes chants, and ESPN was reporting on him retiring, and so he's kind of crossed over now and become not only an indie guy but a mainstream guy and now a pop culture guy. So, and then going on to doing things like Team Hell No, where him and Kane were comedy characters that won the tag titles and were able to entertain. So not only was he sound as well, so Bryan's done so many things for the business. That I just had to make this video and say thank you, Daniel Bryan, for everything. We're going to miss you in the ring, brother. You're one of the best to ever do it in the wrestling business. I hope that he's in the Hall of Fame next year, heading up next year's class right away. Thanks for everything, Daniel Bryan. I met him on a personal level back in IWC a long time ago. I talked to him several times at Ring of Honor shows. It's good to know him personally. He's as genuine a guy and as good of a guy as you see on TV. The stuff with Connor's Cure was all legit. Thank you, Bryan, for being a great person and a great wrestler and all the things you've done for the business. I have an article about the stuff that I'm saying here as well on Axis.com. That is AXS.com under Jason Burke. I will link it down below if it's up by then. If it goes up tomorrow or the next day, I'll have to link it afterwards, or you guys can search Axis.com for it. But again, what do you guys think about Daniel Bryan's retirement? How did he impact you? What do you think he did for the future of the business? And what do you think of Bryan in general? Tell me in the comments down below, please. Until then, guys, this has been Jason Burke, and I'm wrestling with myself.